Today, on the season premiere of Roaring Skies, we're talking all about the Perryville tornado. No surprise there. We're going ahead and going into a deeper analysis, and we're going to go ahead and put our 2 cents in the warning process and what we would have done as forecasters that night. FYI, we are not trained, but based on the damage analysis and what the National Weather Service does today with those, this is what we would have done. Welcome to Season 2 of Roaring Skies. The first thing we have to go over with this specific storm is how long it was on the ground for, and how long it was on the ground for at least. Anyway, this tornado was on the ground for 50.4 miles. The worst damage was observed over the north side of Perryville, just near Brewer, and that tornado specifically caused significant damage on the north side. And this tornado, was the first time in Paducah and St. Louis radar's history that they caught a tornado with correlation coefficient. This was a monumental tornado, to say the least, because for the first time ever, it was detected. It was detected on something other than velocity. It was detected by correlation coefficient, which was new then. So stuff happens, and it sometimes makes mistakes, and we've witnessed that over the last few years. But it didn't make a mistake that night. There was a tornado on the ground, and it ended up being an EF4 monster tornado. And later in this episode, we're going to go over what we would have done as the forecasters that night. So let's get started with that. Alright, so we're beginning the second part of this video now. Way later, by the way. Because I recorded the first part of this video around 2 o'clock this afternoon. And now it's almost 4 a.m. the next day. So, what you guys see on your screen right now, that's all the tornado warnings that were issued on that specific day. And I can go ahead and real quick go ahead and go over this. This is on Google Earth, by the way. So these were all the warnings that were issued for Reynolds County. So these are just like the initial polygons. Like, if the more tornado warnings that were issued for the county, the brighter the county is. Like, we're gonna zoom out real quick here and show you all these warnings. So the first warning that we got was for Shannon County. But this thing does not display the links correctly. We'll see in a second here. You'll see in a second why. Okay, this one doesn't work. That's why I take out of that one. But that's the first tornado warning that was issued by Springfield for 2020, not 2020, 2017. This was the third one that was issued for St. Louis. So they looking at this is part of the same storm that produced the Perryville tornado track. And by the way, this one was over the the storm that went through Carbondale and produced that EF1 in Carterville. So that one was what we were going ahead and dealing with. So now for what we were talking about in this video today. So we're going to zoom into Perry County. Perry County Randolph and Jackson counties right here. By the way, if the county is lit up, that means it had a tornado warning at some point. Like the Randolph County, it was the far southern part of Randolph County that had that tornado warning. So now we're going to start our second portion of this video, which I'll call what we would have done if we were the forecasters for the tornado, this specific tornado. I only have the alerts for from it being from Perry County through okay, my computer is running very slow. Okay, so I'm gonna have to download this. Yep, that's better. Okay, so I have a document that I can refer to for how to do this. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that if I was a warning coordinator, I would have switched the tornado warning in Perryville to a tornado emergency. So the information reads as follows. This is a tornado emergency for Perryville and I-55 near mile marker 133. This is a life-threatening situation. Catastrophic damage is likely. Take cover now. At 8:02 p.m. Central Standard Time, a confirmed large and extremely destructive tornado was located over Perryville, moving east at 50. Hazard: catastrophic tornado and 2-inch hail. Source: weather spotters and radar confirmation. A large, violent tornado is confirmed. Power flashes were observed as the storm moved across I-55 just north of Perryville. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. You're in a life-threatening situation. This is the information that I went ahead and changed. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris will be fatal to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be completely destroyed. Severe damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles is imminent. Complete destruction of structural foundations is possible. Locations impacted include just north of Perryville, Longtown, and Silver Lake. Precautionary preparedness actions. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. And then we go into the multiple information thing. So this is a tornado emergency for northwestern Jackson County in southern Illinois and north central Perry County in southeastern Missouri. I guess it's listing all of them at once. Let me just go ahead and go down here. And if it says a tornado warning is in effect has been issued for Jackson County in southern Illinois and north central Perry County in southeastern Missouri until 8:30. This is a tornado emergency. At 8:06 p.m. Central Standard Time, a confirmed large and destructive tornado-producing storm was located near Perryville, moving east at 50. Hazard: catastrophic and life-threatening tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. Source: radar and train spotters confirmed tornado. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris will be fatal to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Complete destruction of entire neighborhoods, businesses, and vehicles is likely. Extreme structural damage to roofs and walls will occur. Tree damage is catastrophic. Locations impacted include Ava and Campbell Hill. And then we have an update from 8:20. A tornado emergency remains in effect until 9 o'clock Central Standard Time for south central Perry County in south central Illinois and northern Jackson County in southern Illinois. At 8:20 Central Standard Time, a confirmed large and destructive tornado was located near Rockwood, or 10 miles southeast of Chester, moving east at 45. This catastrophic tornado produced significant damage, including flipping cars over on I-55 near mile marker 133. This tornado has a confirmed fatality on
Wasn't it a trucker
I-55.
racing? Or someone on the road?
Yeah. Anyway, the tornado is expected to impact Ava around 8:35 p.m. with other locations impacted include Campbell Hill and Virgins. We're gonna go down a very far, little bit far because we have to go ahead and so 8:35 p.m. I don't think it was that, but it anyway, it says this as follows: tornado emergency for for Rockwood and surrounding areas. The National Weather Service in St. Louis has issued a tornado warning for southern Randolph County in southwestern Illinois until 9 o'clock p.m. At 8:35 p.m. Central Standard Time, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous destructive tornado was located near Rockwood, moving east at 45. Hazard: catastrophic and life-threatening tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. Source: radar and train spotters confirm violent tornado on the ground. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Will be fatal to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be completely destroyed. Complete destruction of entire neighborhoods, businesses, and vehicles is likely. Extreme structural damage to roofs and walls will occur. Tree damage is catastrophic. And since this is in southern Randolph, very far southern Randolph County, the only location impacted includes Rockwood. And then precautionary preparedness actions. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night. Do not wait, see, or hear the tornado. To repeat, a confirmed large and destructive tornado is on the ground. Take cover now. move immediately to an underground basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. And then that's about all the information that I got into.
Okay. For those of you watching, I'm not ignoring any of you. It's just I'm uploading our the first chase that we went on this year up to TikTok right now because I haven't been able to do it on my phone, but I'm doing it on the computer, and I'm gonna put both you guys in it. But do you want me to upload the little road trip we went on to along parts of the path of this tornado and to upload to TikTok?
Think we already did, didn't we? Like parts of
No,
it?
I didn't upload it to TikTok. No. No, we did not upload it because we actually went on a path for a part of this, ladies and gentlemen. One of our videos called "The Calm Before" Episode 1. I uploaded just the of the day we went out, and Mason actually did a extension of that on later on throughout the week.
Because I had some footage on my that
Yeah,
I went ahead and interjected into the video.
yeah.
By the way, the reason why we didn't go on the path of the parent tornadoes
Mm-hmm.
because we did not want to go to if we would have went earlier in the day, we probably would have
Mm-hmm.
tried to go to Carmi and go through Indiana to look at the path. But that tornado did not impact us as much as the Perryville tornado.
Okay.
However, with all these warnings, there this is where the tornado started, where my cursor is.
Hold on. Let me go back to here because I'm editing some things. Your cursor is right about here next to. Can you zoom in? I can't see what interstate that is.
55. That's I-55.
55. Okay, okay. I just couldn't see. It looks like it was 60 something. I couldn't really see.
Highway 61.
Yeah,
And it,
not 61. Just looks like it said 60 something.
so I'm moving my cursor here to how this tornado specifically moved.
Me personally, I think right when the tornado crossed the river, it should have got a tornado emergency. That's just my opinion now,
Well,
and yours too, and yours too.
that's why we I went ahead and put in warning information that I
Okay. Would have put if you were issuing them out that day.
yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
they the reason why they did not do that back in 2017, Paducah did not have they did not have tornado emergency in their warning
Okay.
process. They only had normal tornado warning,
Did they have
observed tornado
PDS?
warning, and PDS. That's it.
Okay, I was just getting ready to ask about PDS. Yeah.
Yeah, when they issued the tornado warning for Ava, that's when they started issuing PDS warnings.
Yeah, because once that thing was near Perryville, you could see the what's the word? The correlation coefficient that was maxed out.
And by the way, I did talk about this earlier in the first two videos that I put on here. But
Yeah.
there's also this was the first tornado in the Paducah with the Paducah and the St. Louis radars that
Mm-hmm.
the tornado was detected for both of those.
Wow.
It may have also been detected from Evansville, Indiana.
Would you then if that's the case, would it be safe to say it was detected from Springfield?
It was not detected from Springfield because Springfield is way too far away. The Evansville radar, it sits right around about there. It sits right around there, and the Springfield radar sits right around there,
Okay.
and it folds when you get to here. So it wouldn't have detected it. It would have to be a very, very, very powerful tornado to do that.
Okay.
It would have to be a very strong EF5 to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway, that's I think it's safe to say that the tornado emergencies would end in Jackson County
Fair to
because
say. Fair to say.
whenever it started going into Franklin County, the storm started weakening,
Hmm.
and it did still produce some EF3 damage, but with what tornado emergencies are supposed to be used for,
Yeah.
tornado emergencies are usually reserved for tornadoes that
For the worst.
produce the worst of the worst
Yeah.
tornadoes.
And yeah, for the worst of the worst, we're talking like catastrophic damage and, complete
EF5,
destruction.
they complete they go ahead and reserve that for EF4s and EF5s is what is the description of what they usually use it for. So it would have definitely been used for this specific tornado. And this had the
Oh,
correlation
oh, oh.
coefficient drop all the way to near Christopher.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I believe that once that thing was around Perryville, we saw the correlation coefficient like ping out at like a 10, as Grant Dade would say. I 100% believe that this would have gotten a tornado emergency, without a doubt.
So I'm going to zoom in real quick on this map that I have currently displayed. Um, so where I have my cursor,
Hmm.
this was where this part of 51 was where Grant Dade put the correlation coefficient right here.
So in between McBride and Perryville.
This is still in Perryville.
Well,
This is
yeah,
the
but
north side of Perryville, right here.
but I'm talking like outside Perryville, not
Because
Perryville
Perryville starts
proper.
right here,
Okay.
and then it went between McBride and Perryville. After it
Okay.
went like this, went to Randolph County, then did that. Um, Go ahead and zooming in here. This is where Rockwood is. The tornado crossed Route 3 right here. It took out power lines from right here to right here. And then it took multiple trees down. Then we're gonna real quick go ahead and zoom in. This is Highway 5151, just to the south of Ava.
Yeah.
We Go up real quick. This house was this house right here, where I
Hold on, let
have.
me go back to the video. Hold on. Oh, your cursor?
Yep, and I'm gonna real quick go ahead and take my sidebar on, and I'm gonna turn off the warnings um for a second. So real quick, go ahead and go all the way back to 2016. This was a trailer. By September 2017, let me see if I can. There,
We may or may not have to cut the stream off soon because my computer's acting up right now currently. It says my computer's overloaded right now. I'm not trying to cut the stream short. It's just my computer's starting to overheat just a little bit. But we can still keep going.
okay, so I'm trying to see if I can find where the ground scattering was.
Oh, the ground scouring?
Yeah, with the tornado.
Okay, okay.
This is March of 2017, is what it says on here.
Okay.
This was March 3rd. Well, we have these were all the trees
Oh,
that
oh
were.
yeah, you can definitely see it now.
So if we go back to 2016, then 2017. That's how many trees
Oh
were
yeah, you can.
blown out.
Woo! So looks like from the looks of it, this thing climbed some pretty decent elevation, huh?
Because it went up these hills,
Yeah.
caused a lot of tree damage.
I wonder if downsloping possibly played a factor in the tornado's a decline or no incline in strength, or throughout periods of its life.
I'm trying to re-find Color Highway. I'm gonna have to go forward real quick. Like it's very much obscured by trees. The
Yeah.
The look like that is just obscured
Mm.
by trees.
Yeah, yeah.
Surprisingly, the tornado missed. Looks like it missed a lot of these areas over here.
Mhm.
Like this church right here. No, the church is up here. Um, got missed.
Mason, you're starting to lag really bad. I don't know if it's just you or if it's just me, but you're starting to lag a little bit.
Is the video on your side still uploading?
Uh, yeah, yeah, it's still
That's
uploading.
why.
Okay, okay. I was wondering why
I,
you were
I
starting to
was
lag
trying
a little
to
bit.
I was trying to tell you that it would lag the heck out of you earlier.
Yeah, you did. I just wanted to upload this video of us to TikTok because you know of the first chase that well no that we put on our channel this year. I thought people would think that was cool. I can't get over how good this candle smells. It smells incredible.
And it looks like the real quick, go ahead. Destruction. Huh. It doesn't really look like there was much like I guess later in the tornado track it didn't really produce that much ground scattering. I guess it wasn't deep enough over here that it's like noticeable. But with this here it is noticeable um right here because a lot of these trees got torn up, which makes me different. It makes me really think about why did St. Louis go ahead and rate this EF2 only? Like I can do Street View here. And these are the new power lines, by the way, that we see here. Um, we can real quick go ahead and go up a little bit. This is the property that the tornado. the tornado directly hit this house that was used to be there.
From which direction? From the trees or from the road?
From this direction.
Okay, okay.
So this was a very and yeah, there used to be a house here. And when we go ahead and go into the
Oops, I forgot my camera was off.
we go into the time, we're gonna there's no 3D in this area, so bruh. Sorry.
You're good.
I need to turn off the roads real quick so it doesn't do that bright thing again. So yeah, this is the tree damage, and this house, it got its roof ripped off. I guess that's why it got an EF2, but
Is this the one we drove past?
huh?
Is this the one we drove past?
Yeah. It used to be a house, but now it's just a camper there. They had to tear it down
Okay.
after that. So and this was October of 2017. As you can see, they tore it down.
Yeah, they did.
Then they placed a camper on it. And the trees still looked like they hadn't recovered, but this is in February of 2020. So we don't really expect that much
No.
for trees. And looking at this town, this is where I used to live. This is July. This is 2022. That house is gone. These two burned down in a fire.
Is this all of Cora right here? I
Yes.
didn't realize it was this small.
Yeah, it's a very small town.
It's more like a village,
Not even.
like a settlement or something.
It's not even a settlement either. There's not that many people that live there.
It almost reminds me of Kaskaskia.
Yeah, and the all that anyway. So, do you have any questions about the what was going on with the how we went ahead and got the warning process?
No, not at all. I think we did a I think that we did a fine job explaining it to everyone on here, and I sure wish there would have been a tornado emergency because there was some people that were still out and about because whenever the sirens were going off, they weren't doing anything. I think if that
Back
urgency would have been
then,
applied
so I'm gonna
before
real
the
quick go
tornado got
ahead and
near,
interject here. So back in
I think if that
2017,
urgency,
the false
I think
alarm
if
rate
that
was way
urgency would have
higher.
been applied, then
Well,
absolutely.
I'm gonna say
And
is
I think if that level of urgency would have been applied,
I'm just gonna let you guys know the false alarm rate was way higher back in 2017. So people are like, we don't trust you. We're not going to shelter. A lot more people did not trust the National Weather Service back in 2017.
it goes back to the cry wolf effect.
Yeah, and they thought they were crying wolf. But at
It was
8:06
actually a wolf this time.
at 8:06 p.m., a tornado was confirmed by a weather spotter, and it was confirmed by correlation coefficient from Paducah. So they better listen. That's all I'm gonna say. They better listen. Anyway, that wasn't the only tornado warning that was issued for Perry County, Missouri. There was a tornado warning issued around 3:30 in the morning. The next morning, it was for a spin-up type tornado. but it did not touch the ground until it got into Jackson County. I was asleep at my grandmother's house, and phones started going off again because a tornado warning had just been issued again. They issued it for the entire county. And I heard phones. I'm like, again? We just went through this 6 hours ago. I'm not ready. I'm not going back to the storm shelter today.
Whatever happens,
Already went,
right?
already went through this. Plus, it was a weaker tornado, so if it would have hit Cora, it would have been very weak, a very, very minimal damage. But when the next morning we went out, there was when we went out of the storm shelter, there was a lot of like very, very small branches. Like it was so small, there was a lot of debris, is what I'm saying. So everybody knew by the time we got out of there that there was in fact a tornado that went through. And I thought that I had school. So they didn't, my parents said, you guys do not have school. And it was very dark, is what I'm going to say, because I woke up and probably at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And one of my friend's mother said that her phone went off at almost 4 o'clock in the morning because of that second tornado warning that ended up being that EF0 tornado that impacted south of Murfreesboro, and it almost went into Carbondale, but it lifted near Carbondale. But it was along the
Quasi-linear convective system.
because there was a separate squall line that formed. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly go into what that entailed. So we're gonna real quick go ahead and go to here. All right, so this was issued at 4:06 a.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday, March 1st, 2017. It says this: the National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a tornado warning for southern Jackson County and southern Illinois until 4:30 a.m. At 4:05, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Grand Tower, or 12 miles southwest of Murfreesboro, moving east at 70 miles per hour. Hazard: tornado and golf ball sized hail. So this storm was producing some hail already that morning. We're going to go ahead and switch this over. I'm going to real quick share my screen once again. This time it's going to show the radar here. So this is from the Paducah radar. You see why they issue this for golf ball sized hail. This hail core.
Absolutely. Looks mean.
Then this was the at the time, this was the rotation here that they were talking about. As you can see, it was very weak rotation. And this was the how the line looked on the Paducah radar at that point. We can look at St. Louis. This was St. Louis. Oh, this was. I'm silly. That's St. Louis. That's Evansville. This was Echo Top, so this was a very tall line of storms coming through the area. And this did end up causing a weak tornado. And they didn't even expire the warning properly. They just went ahead and went about their lives there. Since 20 since 2002, this section of Jackson County has been under 35 tornado warnings, 63 flash flood warnings, 157 severe thunderstorm warnings, 99 flood warnings, 73 flood advisories. And then Steelville has only been under 29 tornado warnings, one being a PDS back in 2021. And that's the only confirmed tornado warning that Steelville, Illinois has ever been under. And Steelville has never been under, at least since this system went into effect, has never been under a destructive warning since this new system went into effect. Like if we're going over all the systems, May 8th, 2009 would be one of the days that I would see that happening. So, and this was one of the days that they did have an EAS activation requested for it. And this was, its warning information said, National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a line of severe thunderstorms capable of producing destructive hurricane-force winds with widespread damage. These storms were along a line extending from Rocky Ridge to Rolmac and moving east at 40. We'll go into more detail with this specific thing in another video, because this is not about the 2009 superstorm. This was about the Perryville tornado. Anyway, that is it for this video. This was the season premiere of Roaring Skies. Anyway,
Well, everybody, we're happy to have you.
I mean, alright, we're out now. Bye.